At Bass Pro, the big roto-molded coolers sit on the wall like monuments. The wheeled flagships and the biggest tanks climb to $450, even $500, and the salesman will tell you that is simply what serious cold costs. Now, drive to Walmart. Sitting on a bottom shelf is a heavy, thick-walled, certified bear-resistant cooler with a 5-year warranty and a claimed 7 days of ice retention for about $97. Read that again. Bear-resistant. 7 days. $97. 1/5 the price. Today, I am ranking 5 heavy-duty coolers from Walmart's shelf that fight in the $500 ring. And number 1 is the cooler that reviewers keep putting on best of lists next to the legends, at half, sometimes a fifth of their price. Before we start, hit subscribe, because this channel does this exact math every single week. And if you want every price this channel has ever verified in one honest book, the logo tax is linked in the description and the pinned comment. Now drop a comment with the cooler in your truck right now and what you paid, and I will tell you straight if you paid the logo tax. No sponsor, no brand worship. Let's get into it. Start with what a cooler actually is, because the marketing has buried the physics. A cooler is a plastic box, a foam layer, and a gasket. Thick foam plus a tight lid equals cold that lasts, and that is the entire machine. The premium brands genuinely build thicker boxes with stronger latches, and in head-to-head ice tests, the $500 tanks do win by roughly 1 to 2 days of ice. Hold that against the price, $400 extra for 1 or 2 days you almost never need. Ice does not read logos. It reads foam thickness, gasket seal, and how many times you open the lid. And think about who actually needs what. The $500 tank was designed for a guide in Alaska whose cooler rides in an open boat for 200 days a year. And for him, it is a work tool that earns its price. The marketing then sold that same tank to a father who fishes 11 Saturdays a summer and drives home before dark. Same cooler, completely different math. The question is never whether the premium cooler is good. It is whether your fishing is the fishing it was built for. And one honest ground rule before the list. If you run week-long wilderness expeditions, or you want one cooler to survive 20 years of daily guide abuse, the premium tanks earn their money, and this channel says so every time it is true. But for the way most of us actually fish, weekends, day trips, a week at the lake, the performance lives on the cheap shelf, and today's list proves it. One more thing before we count. When you are standing in the aisle, judge a heavy-duty cooler with your hands, not the label. Lift it. Thick insulated walls are heavy, and hollow walls are light. Press on the lid. A serious lid feels like a bench, not a drum. And check for a rubber gasket running the full rim, because that seal is where the cold lives or dies. 30 seconds, 3 checks, and no marketing department on earth can fool your hands. Counting down from 5. Number 5, the Igloo Max Cold, around $50. Igloo has been building coolers in Texas since 1947, and the Max Cold is the baseline that everything else gets measured against. Upgraded insulation in the body and lid, light, cheap, and everywhere. The fair caveat, the walls are thinner than everything above it on this list, so on a hot multi-day trip, it taps out first. But be honest about your fishing. If your cooler works one Saturday at a time, this is all the cooler you actually need, and that honesty alone saves you $450. The next one is the Endurance Legend. Number 4, the Coleman Extreme, around $60. The original long-haul budget cooler, built on a simple promise: 5 days of ice in 90-degree heat, and real-world users report 3 to 5 days, depending on how you pack it. Generations of American families have run one across entire summers, and the thing simply refuses to quit. The fair caveat: it is old school in every way. Basic latches, basic hinges, no gasket drama, and in a straight head-to-head test, the cooler at number 3 actually held ice a full day longer. The legend is real, but the students have caught up. One tip from the parking lot: grab the wheeled version if you fish alone, because dragging 70 quarts of ice across hot asphalt is where good backs go to die. The next one is the cooler that started a forum war. Number 3, the Ozark Trail 52 quart high performance, around $50. The cooler fishing forums literally nicknamed the Walmart Yeti Killer, with entire threads under that name. Thick insulated walls, a gasketed lid, heavy rope handles, and 2 to 3 days of real-world ice on hard fishing trips. In one head-to-head, it outlasted the legendary Coleman by a full day at the same price. The fair caveat: the drain spout can seep, and the latches are not certified for anything except keeping the lid shut. It is the value king of the hard coolers. And if $50 is the budget, the argument ends here. But it is not the tank of this list. The tanks are next. Quick word, because we are right at the turn. Everything this channel has verified, the $9 braid, the $37 rod, the store checks, the Amazon junk filter, and 3 complete builds that each cost less than 1 glass case reel, is in one book now. It is called The Logo Tax, and the link is in the description and the pinned comment. Now, the top 2, the coolers that fight in the $500 ring. Number 2, the Lifetime 28 quart, around $100 depending on the store. This is the compact tank, and here is the sentence that changes the conversation. It carries a certified bear-resistant rating, the kind of certification you normally pay $400 to put in your truck bed. Thick molded walls, a real gasket, heavy latches, and a 5-year warranty from a company that has been mastering molded plastic since 1986. The fair caveat: it is heavy for its size, and $100 for 28 quarts is not cheap per quart. You are paying for the armor, not the volume. But this is the size that lives on a boat deck, rides shotgun in the truck, and carries one man's food and catch for a weekend. And in that role, nothing near the price touches it. And its big brother takes the crown. And number 1, the Lifetime 55 quart high performance, the famous $97 Walmart price, sometimes a bit more between rollbacks, so watch the shelf. Here is everything this channel is about in one product. Certified bear resistant. A claimed 7 days of ice retention, with independent reviewers confirming around 5 real days, which is why it keeps landing on best cooler lists as the budget pick next to the $500 legends. A 5-year written warranty, 60 can capacity, and one piece of honesty the construction snobs will raise, so I will raise it first. The premium tanks are roto-molded, and Lifetime uses blow molding, a different manufacturing method the company has been perfecting for almost 40 years. Different method, and in the ice tests, the results land shockingly close anyway. The fair caveat: it is heavy, the accessory ecosystem does not exist, and the premium tanks really do hold ice a day or 2 longer. But stand at the shelf and do the math. Bear resistant, 5 real days of ice, 5-year warranty, $97. The $500 wall answers with 1 or 2 extra days and a logo. That is not a performance gap. That is a $400 sticker. And pick it up before you buy. Feel the heft of the lid and the bite of the latches, because your hands will tell you in 10 seconds why this thing keeps embarrassing coolers that cost 5 times more. So here's the uncomfortable question, and I want you to picture both coolers side by side on the same tailgate when you answer it. If a $97 cooler is certified against actual bears, holds ice for a fishing week, and carries a 5-year written warranty. What exactly is the $500 monument selling? A tougher shell you might use, one extra day of ice you might need once a year, and a brand that impresses the boat ramp, and the ice, the fish, and the bear have never once checked the logo. That is the whole game. A cooler is foam and a gasket, and foam does not read logos. If it were my money, the Lifetime 55 as the main box, the Ozark Trail 52 as the second cooler for bait and drinks, both together for about $150, less than a third of one premium tank. And the free performance nobody sells, pre-chill the cooler overnight with a sacrificial bag of ice. Pack it full, because air is the enemy. Block ice on the bottom with cubes on top. Keep it in the shade with the lid shut, and freeze your own water bottles as ice. They keep everything cold. Never turn the box into soup, and you drink them ice cold on day 3. Do that with the $97 tank, and you will out-cool the $500 monument every single time. If you learned something today, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next breakdown. Now tell me in the comments, what is the most you have ever paid for a cooler? And looking back, was it worth it? Be honest. This is a judgment-free zone. We have all paid the logo tax at least once, and the comments on this channel are where the real prices come out. And next time, the Walmart fish finders that read the bottom like units costing $700. I'll see you there.